What up, what up, what up? Peace to the planet. What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing today? Saturday. It's what, 11:02. Coming back from my little 2 days, needed my rest. I'm still trying to figure this out, people. First and foremost, what 2 days I'm gonna take off as far as recording and everything. That's gonna be regardless. But I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube thing, how to do my channel, or rather, even to the point where like I just got a microphone now. Like all this is, you know what I'm saying? It's all in the works. So bear with me, bear with me. But more or less though, hope you had a great week. You know, this is Food Service YouTube, recipe number 6. Let's get right into it, man. Jesus Christ. Man, I don't even want to talk about this story because this joint hits me like a ton of bricks, bro. It's sad, man. This is the stuff I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make us understand as parents our jobs. You know, we're obligated to provide with the utmost as far as information and instilling values into our kids. Because once they leave that door, you know, you're just so accustomed to things going normal, and that, you know that your baby is coming back. Like, it doesn't even fathom, the mind to think that something can possibly happen to he or she once they leave, and that, that God is with them. So that's why the power of prayer is such a unlike recognized or unappreciative in a lot of cases, because most people, with all due respect, I'm not perfect, and I'm speaking for myself. For so long and so many times in my life, I found it that I was only praying when I was sitting over a plate of food, and it just, as a man now, it baffles my mind to think that, those are the only times that I come to appreciating God. Like, the nerve of you got up today. It's a whole level of appreciation that goes unnoticed with us as human beings, But we're not even gonna go right all into that, because I could be here all day, But more or less though, I really wanted to get into this story because this is a prime example of things I'd be wanting to talk about, but avoid at the same time, if we as parents take the time to instill our everything into our kids. When I say everything, I mean knowledge as well as, common sense as far as letting them have the understanding that it's okay to walk away from certain things. And most of all, as parents, just because we do provide a lot of things, but one thing I want us to understand, we gotta, in this day and age, we gotta start implementing the fact that, we need to teach our kids to defend themselves. I don't know if you guys seen a story a couple weeks ago with this little girl, I believe somewhere in Dallas, was doing this karate match. And man, she must have been like 8 years old, probably 7, putting 14, 15s on their knees, hitting the mat like, uncle, more or less. Like, she was nothing to she was nothing to fuck with, like, with all due respect, you know what I'm saying? The little girl was about her business. Your heads? But more or less though, I wish little girls was as, as gifted as that little girl was, especially for our little babies, as women, as little girls, I feel, there's a lot of roaches out there, and they prey on our babies. So I think, that should be a common thing to just say, like, just like you go to school, you need to go to karate practice. That's a given. That's ain't no if, ands, or buts about it. You know, but let's get right into it. This little girl in North Carolina named Anaya Wright, fifth grader, you know, died of having of altercation with another fifth grader, and it just I can't even like goosebumps is on my skin right now because I can't even imagine to what extent that this fight was going on, and I'm asking myself is like, hold on, fifth grade? I know when I was in the fifth grade, I believe because I lived in a bad part, and back then I think they had somewhat about the teacher and the teacher's aide in the classroom. So where are the teachers? Where's the teacher's aide? Why is nobody stepping in saying like, to the point where death came knocking on this little girl's door, you know, and it just blows my mind. It's, man, there's so much to say about this story, man. But let's just have a moment for this little girl, you know, because that was an angel, and the fact that she was taken before her time, you know, no child should have to just endure something like that at such a young age. Her flower didn't even start to blossom yet, you know? And man, it's just crazy, man. There's so much to be said here, man. But I want to take a moment, man, please. Um, let's just have a moment of silence for her, please. Thank you, y'all. Like, there's a lot of things that, goes on in this world, and this is part of what I do. You know, we as parents, we never know what's going on out there, especially with our kids, our loved ones. I don't care if it's, my daughter or let alone my little cousin or my niece, like it doesn't matter. These kids, are leaving us. And when the time that they're leaving us, we never know what can transpire in between the time they come back to us. You know, we just hoping that God is with them and then that, all is well. But it's such a sad scenario. My heart goes out to her family, the friends, the mother, the father. It just please, God, keep them. This is the stuff I talk about, people. This is why I do what I do. I don't know why I'm so different from other people, man. I can't. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't register to me sometimes because it's like the way I think. I found it that like a lot of people don't think what I think. The way that I process things. A lot of people just, they could care less about certain situations. Or like, yo, things like this happen every day, and then it's like, life goes on. We're so, oblivious to, just living our natural lives and just going on about our business. Okay, back to work the next day, forgot about it. Yeah, what you doing tonight? What I'm saying, where we at tonight? I got the weed, you got the bottle. Like, what club we going to? Like, and it's like, I don't blame nobody because We're so accustomed to living life a certain way and doing things a certain way, but the humanity in you should know that, you live here on this earth, right? And you want to be able to be safe and live a prosperous life. And God forbid you bring kids into this world, it's no longer about you. It is your job to instill everything that you can possibly feed that child as far as information, knowledge, wisdom. I mean, everything you can possibly do to get that child prepared for what they're about to undertake, what this world has to offer. You know, you're not gonna meet a lot of people that has, for the most part. Yes, let me take that back. It's like not everybody's, a roach. Everybody's not out there to harm your child. Everybody don't have bad intentions. But the small percentage that is, these people are disguised. They sit here, amongst you and me, and you would never know. I call those the blenders, because you could be having a natural conversation with this person, and in the back of the mind, of their sick thoughts, what they already thinking as far as, hidden agendas, whether it's you towards your kids or towards, towards the situation that's going on. Like, there are sick motherfuckers out here, man. And that's why I say all the time, like, yo, it's a war going on outside. No man or woman is safe. Neither are the babies. And most of all, we have to instill those principles in our kids and prepare them. That's why I'm a firm believer. Like, I remember as a kid, I was taking karate, and something that pissed me off. I was going up the block on my old block in Harlem on 44, and I used to go to this karate lesson. This super on the building was just doing. My man Edwin that lived, I think, on the 3rd or 4th floor put me on. He was going there, and he was getting free karate lessons from the super. I guess he was some sensei, and he was just teaching Edwin karate, and Edwin put me on, and man, I fell in love with karate. And I remember just having to go 1 or 2 times. My mom, was totally against it, which pissed me off, because it was something I really wanted to do and I enjoyed, so many times, we're not understanding the beneficial things of certain things, what it can do for us in the future. And I believe if I knew karate or, a lot of things that I went through before becoming the man I became, like, I went from being like a herb, a little punk getting picked on, to, eventually one day standing up. It's all in the 2nd grade, 3rd grade, in between middle school and junior high school. And then finally one day standing up for myself and then becoming that same person that was doing the things to me. I became that person, and then it was to the point where it's too vicious, and then now, as a man, you look back, you like, man, a lot of times those people that was doing the things that they was doing and what they was going through, they came from broken homes. Moms was probably on drugs. Pops was probably on drugs. House is dirty. No food in the refrigerator. How do you expect a kid to, just able to comprehend things that's going on in the world that nobody's even able to, sit down with them and explain to them? Of course, when they get to school, they're lashing out. And the little girl who she was fighting, this Ananya Wright girl, who knows what was going on in her mind or in her household, to the point where this took place where, death is knocking on this little girl's door, So now as a grown man, now I look back, I'm like, damn, son, you feel me? You was hurt because you was going through what you was going through, and you started to turn that same hurt on other people. I remember Bill Cosby said something on Oprah. He said, hurt people hurt people. And man, that's so true on so many levels. You know what I'm saying? So now as a grown man, like, yo, you feel me? I stay in my place, I'm on my business. I'm gonna say what I want regardless. But the nerve of me is to put my hands on somebody. My thing is, you gonna have to put your hands on me first for you to see the animal in me. But you'll never get me to put my hands on somebody because, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to prove something to somebody. You don't touch me, you don't touch my lady, you don't touch my family, you don't touch, you know what I'm saying, anything of mine's like, we good. You know what I'm saying? But more or less, like, I was the cat, like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't think twice about it. Pow! You know? And now you look back, you like, man, that shit was sad, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was sad where most people would take joy in that. Oh, I did this, I did that. Man, that shit is corny to me, man. I don't take no pride in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even that dude no more, man. And at the same time, it's like the things I'm trying to do in life, I don't want to even bring that shit back up. But it makes you think and look back and, you know, see how you used to think as opposed to how you think now, you know. And it's no blame to, you know, I look at it sometimes, a lot of times I be like, damn, you know what I mean, I was dealt a fucked up hand. But it's like, if I wasn't dealt that hand, would I be the person I am now? I probably could have been a full-blown animal, killing, you know, raping, you know, just the worst of the worst, you know. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm grateful for those things that I went through, and that moment of clarity hit, like, you know, that eureka moment, you know, when you realize, like, yo, that's not the way, that's not cool, that's not it, you know what I'm saying? So, as a man now, you know what I'm saying, I conduct myself in a certain manner, and I expect that with everyone around me. If you can't do so, I can't be around you because you're a toxic waste in my environment. And that shit will land me in jail because I can't stand people who choose to want to act out or show off. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting women. You want to slap somebody because you're showing off to prove something to somebody. Like, yo, I don't condone the fuckery, B, on so many levels. Like, this is why I stay to myself a lot of times now. I look at it now like I'm a loner. I love being by myself. I'm a loner, I'm a thinker, and I'm a worker, you know? You know what I'm saying? Things I was doing 10, 20 years ago, I'm not doing those things now. But my heart goes out to that little girl, man. You know? Please, man, hold your babies, kiss them, teach them how to pray, you know, teach them self-worth, teach them understanding of, you know, how to go about things. Everything doesn't have to resort to violence. You know, teach them how to, you know, talk out their situations. And if push comes to shove, teach them how to defend themselves. You know, when you have kids, please, just like you send them to school, you must send them to karate. You know, if you're not doing it yourself inside the house, please send them to these organizations that will teach your child the basic element of self-defense. And at the same time, karate teach kids discipline too. So this whole situation could have been avoided if Anaya knew some karate, right? And teach her how to defuse the situation before it even escalates to the point that it did. But it is what it is, man. It's just crazy. Another news, I know I'm kind of late with this situation in Dallas. This man named Sheffield put his hand on a black queen and literally was punching her as she was a punching bag. I mean, like, to the point where, yo, I'm watching this, you know, and it's like mind blowing to me, bro. The fact that you're able to, you know what I mean? You know how you go in on a punch. You know what I mean? You lower yourself to bring that uppercut. When I seen that man did that, I'm like, oh, this dude fighting like he's fighting a full-grown man. And this is a woman that this man is putting his hands on. And the fact that he's doing this and at one point pulled out the gun, I'm like, yo, my man, what is that serious where you felt that it had to go to that much of to that extent where you was ready to pull out your gun? This woman didn't do nothing to you. You act like you own the world. She went down the wrong way and all of a sudden you come out, you know what I mean? You feel that you have the authority to, you know, discipline her because she did something wrong. Who the hell you think you is, my man? But this is the shit I be talking about. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't it just a couple of weeks ago the man in Dallas talking about, you know, looking for a chain, mob ties, this. I hope you got them same ties, you know what I'm saying? To make sure, you know, this situation get executed. Or, you know what I'm saying? You're doing something for that girl and her family, like, because no woman should have to go through something like this. Like, this shit baffles my mind. And that is okay. You know what I'm saying? This is the fucking roaches we got to deal with, people. But it is what it is, you know. I wanted to touch up on the Cardi B situation, but we're going to leave that for another note. I'll do that tomorrow, you know. I love me, Cardi B. I ain't even going to hold you, you know what I'm saying? I could deal without the ratchetness, you know, but you know what makes me gravitate towards her? Is it the fact that seeing her story and that the fact that she's winning and the transition happened so quick where so much was against her, but at the same time, she was so driven and ambitious on knowing that it's either this or back to the pole. And it was such a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying, to witness that, you know what I'm saying? I love seeing people win, man, especially the humblest ones. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She need a little tune-up as far as too much ratchetness, and, you know, very humble, though. But, same time, she be talking too much. Sometimes she throw herself under the bus, and everything ain't for everybody, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? But, we'll get into it more, like, tomorrow. You know, other than that, man, you know, thank you. I just wanted to share this with y'all, you know. More or less, though, say your prayers, man. It's a war going on outside. You know what I'm saying? Know that in this life, nothing is promised. That's the food thought of the day. Food thought of the day, know that nothing is promised. That's why we got at all times, like, you know what I'm saying, tighten up, lacing up your boots. Like, yo, ain't a given time, you know what I'm saying? It could be your time. So appreciate today, you know. You know, always be prepared. Always. Don't get too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Always be prepared. Stay on your toes like a ballerina, goddammit. Food Service YouTube, signing out. Peace.